Hello everyone, welcome to Edutap and welcome to another lecture of ARD Simplified Series. And today the topic that we are going to discuss is soil water potential. So it is again a very important concept under soil and water conservation chapter. And usually we have confusion regarding this particular concept ki what exactly this soil water potential is. So today in detail I am going to discuss about this, and let me talk about first what all I am going to cover in this lecture. So students, we will be starting with importance of soil water. Why even at first place we are studying about soil water, why it is important to study, right? Then in order to understand soil water potential, we have to first understand how does water move inside soil. Okay, so we'll be understanding that, then we'll come to the concept of soil water potential, and with related to soil water potential we will be also discussing about further regarding soil moisture content and different types of soil water, which is again very important topic for your examination, right? So let's start this lecture by understanding first importance of soil water. Now, why soil water is very important for us, why we need to study the soil water. So students, we know the source of water for plants is soil. Plants absorb water from soil, right? So it is very important that soil should have a particular amount of water that can support plant growth and development. So it's very important that we study about this soil water so that we can know what is the amount of water that is present in the soil that will help or that will support our crop growth, right? So plant need this water. Now why the plant need this water? Why plant at first place is absorbing this water? So plant is carrying out few important processes like your photosynthesis, okay? Photosynthesis and transpiration, right? So these are few important processes that happens with the help of water inside plant. What is photosynthesis? So photosynthesis is a process through which plant is making their food. So plant need water in order to carry out photosynthesis, in order to make their food. So it's very crucial process for the plant, right? What is transpiration? Transpiration is a process through which plant is maintaining their environment. Plant is maintaining their temperature basically. Okay, so usually what happens in case of transpiration? Plant loses out some amount of water in order to maintain their temperature. Okay, so this is transpiration process that happens in plant again with the help of water. So plant need water for such processes, okay? And there are so many biochemical reaction that happens inside plant which is again facilitated by water, which need water. So you can see, you can understand this water is very, very important for our crop plant, and we should ensure the regular supply of water to the crop plant. And how we will ensure that? If we will have enough amount of water in soil. Now one more thing, the amount of water that is present in soil will be the amount of water that is available to the plant, right? जितना पानी soil में present होगा उतना पानी ही available होगा plant के लिए for growth and development, right? Now how this amount of water that is present in soil is dependent, means ये किस पे depend करता है कि कितना amount of water present होगा soil में. So that depend on soil porosity, right? So that depend on soil porosity. What is soil porosity? It is the space between soil particle. The amount of space between soil particle is soil porosity. So we know that we have soil particles, right? Now these soil particles when come together, right? So there will be some amount of space in between these soil particles. This is some space, right? This space here, this is soil porosity. You can understand this by have a container and just fill this container with balls, okay? Right, you can see, so in between these balls you will see some space. This space is what? This space is porosity in terms of soil, right? So that soil water, amount of soil water that is present in soil will depend on soil porosity. Now if the soil have good porosity, what is this porosity? This is the space. So if soil will have enough space, so enough water can enter into the soil. But if soil do not have enough space, less water will enter into soil, or maybe no water enter into the soil, because soil is very much compacted and there is no space for water to enter, right? So it's very important that soil should have an optimum porosity level so that it can allow water to infiltrate in, and that water can be used by plant for growth and development. Clear? So this is the importance of water. We know now, till now we have understood that for crop growth and development, water is very important to carry out certain processes like photosynthesis and transpiration. And this water which is required by plant, the plant absorb this water from soil, and it's very important for us to understand this soil water. Clear? Now let's move ahead and understand that how this water move inside soil, right? How this movement happens. So basically, students, if we see, if I ask you, like, for say this is a soil profile and there are 3 points inside this soil profile, point A, point B and point C, right? Now if I ask you that I am applying water to this soil profile, what will be the movement of this water? You will say, or mostly you will think that it will be from A to C, usually A to C, right? Water will move from top to bottom due to gravitational force. Due to gravitational force, right? So due to gravitational force, water will move from top to bottom. But I say, if this is the case, then what about horizontal flow? Like if only water flow vertically inside the soil profile, then how horizontal flow is happening? Like this is a field, right? You have applied water to this area, right? Now, does this water only go this way? It does not go this way. क्या वाटर सिर्फ ऊपर से नीचे ही जाता है, ये हॉरिजॉन्टल फ्लो नहीं करता है? करता है, राइट? सो हाउ दिस हॉरिजॉन्टल फ्लो हैपेंस? यहाँ तो कोई ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स नहीं है. अगर यहाँ पे ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स की वजह से पानी नीचे जा रहा है, व्हाट अबाउट दिस? देयर इज अ हॉरिजॉन्टल फ्लो आल्सो, राइट? एंड if I say that water can move from C to A, then how about this? कि जो पानी है वो आपका C to A भी जा सकता है, A to B भी जा सकता है, B to A भी जा सकता है, C to B भी जा सकता है inside the soil. So this happens inside the soil. Okay, and how this happens, let us understand now. Okay, so water can move in any direction inside the soil profile, and now we are going to understand that how this water is moving inside the soil, what lead to this movement, right? So students, basically water move inside soil due to the difference in energy level, due to the difference in potential energy basically. Okay, so due to difference in potential energy at 2 points, water move from one point to another point, right? So like for say here we have, okay, let's first understand the concept of what energy of water, right? So students, for say this is your pure water, means in this water there is no solute present, and this water is not attracted by any force. So, okay, so this is your pure water, means the molecule of water here have the maximum energy state. So that is the energy state of pure water, right? The molecule have maximum energy state, they are not attracted by any force. So this energy is called a maximum energy of water. This is the maximum energy of water, and for reference we take the maximum energy of pure water as 0. ठीक है, this is just a reference which has been taken कि pure water की जो energy होती है वो 0 होती है. Okay, it is 0. Now if I add solute to this water, ठीक है, if I add some amount of solute to this water, what will happen? This solute will attract few molecule, right? It will attract few molecule and it will lower the energy of water molecule. It will lower the energy of water molecule. Hence, now the energy of this particular here, if it is container A, it is container B. So the energy of water in container B will lower down and it will become negative. It will become negative, right? So I hope here it is clear that for pure water, where molecule of water have higher energy state, maximum energy state, we have taken the energy as 0. And as we go on adding solute to it or any particle to it or anything to it, what will happen? The water molecule will be attracted by the solute particle and the energy of free water molecule will decrease, right? And it will become negative. Hence, maximum energy of water is considered as 0. Okay, and as we go on adding solute or any particle or anything to this water, the energy level will decrease. Understood? Now, if you have understood this concept, now let's move ahead and understand how this water is moving inside the soil. Now, students, this water movement that happens inside the soil is due to the difference in the energy state at 2 points. Okay, the soil water have different type of energy, means different. If there is a difference in energy at 2 points, water will move due to that difference, and it will always move from higher energy state to lower energy state. Like you can see, this horizontal flow is happening here. How this is happening? Because potential energy of water here is more than potential energy of water here. Okay, so it will move from greater potential energy to lower potential energy till the potential energy of both the point become equal. Okay, so when the potential energy of both the point become equal, then the movement will stop. Same here, this downward flow is happening because again energy of water at the top is more than energy of water at the bottom. Hence this downward flow is happening, and as soon as this energy become equal, the movement of water will stop, right? Now, after understanding this, we can say that if we have point A and point B, so water can move from point B to point A if energy state of water at point A is higher than energy state of water at point B, right? अगर point B पे water का जो potential energy है वो ज़्यादा है as compared to B, so water will move from B to A, okay, from higher to lower till it become equal. Clear? So now you can understand that how this water was flowing inside the soil profile. ठीक है, जो example हमने पहले लिया था कि अब वो water ऐसे कैसे flow कर रहा था, right? How it is flowing in opposite direction. So again, that is due to difference in potential energy, or due to difference in energy, you can say, at 2 points. Clear? Now students, let us understand the concept of soil water potential. Now once you have understood how water is moving inside the soil, we will discuss about now soil water potential. So students, soil water potential is basically a term given for the tendency of soil water to move. Okay, it is the tendency of soil water to move inside soil, right? So when we say about soil water, the soil water is attracted by, or it is influenced by so many forces, right? How? Let me tell you. See, we have soil particle present. Or say this is soil particle, this is soil particle, this is soil particle, right? Now this soil particle will attract water or water molecule. For say this is water molecule, right? This soil particle will attract water molecule. So this soil particle is basically doing what? It is exerting force on water molecule, right? Now this is one kind of force that is acting on water that is present in soil. Another force is due to solute. Okay, for say this is solute particle. Now this solute particle will also attract, or we can say salts that are present in soil, like your sodium salts, calcium salts, right? So for say this is a sodium salt, this salt will also attract water molecule, right? This salt will also attract water molecule, and it will lower the energy of soil water, right? Now next we have is another attraction that happens inside the soil. So this is soil profile. Okay, so this is water molecule for say okay, I'll make it blue. So this is water molecule for say, right? So this water molecule will be also attracted by one more force, that is a universal force, which is gravity, right? It will be attracted by gravity, right? So gravitational force is also acting on this water molecule. So water that is present in soil is attracted by soil particle, soil salts that are present in soil basically, and gravitational pull. So now based on this, we have different type of potential. As you can see here, we have metric potential. What is metric potential? So students, metric potential is this potential. It is a potential due to which the soil, it is potential that is created due to which due to soil particle, when soil particle attracts water molecule. ठीक है, ये metric potential हो गया. Next we have is osmotic potential. Osmotic potential is due to the salts that is present in soil, right? This salt, when it attract water molecule, it creates a potential which is known as osmotic potential. ठीक है, this metric potential is denoted by psi m. Your osmotic potential is denoted by psi o. Okay, and your soil water potential is denoted by this symbol here. It is known as psi. Okay, so metric is psi m, osmotic is psi o, gravitational is psi g, which is due to the gravity. Clear? Now students, when we calculate soil water potential, how do we calculate it? So basically we calculate it at 2 points by summing all kind of potential, metric potential, adding osmotic potential, and adding gravitational potential. So this is the soil water potential. This is the soil water potential at particular point. Okay, so for 2 points, for say like here is point A and here is point B. So we will calculate the soil water potential of A and we will calculate the soil water potential of B, and if the soil water potential of A is higher than soil water potential at B, water will move from A to B. Okay, the movement of water will happen from point A to point B. Clear? So I hope now it is clear to you what is soil water potential. It is the tendency of soil water to move. How do we calculate it? We calculate it by summing all kind of metric potential or forces that is acting on water, which is metric potential, osmotic potential, and gravitational potential, right? And water is always moving from higher potential to lower potential. Clear? And it will move till the potential at 2 points become equal. Clear? So this is how the movement of water happens, and this is what is the concept of soil water potential. Clear? I hope now it is clear to you. And with this, we have completed the concept of soil water potential. Now let's move ahead to the next very important topic, which is soil moisture. Let us also understand in detail about soil moisture, different stages of soil moisture, different terminologies given to that stage, because that is again important for your examination, right? So with this, we'll move ahead to soil moisture. What is soil moisture? It is the amount of moisture that is present in soil. Basic बात है कि it is amount of or content of water or moisture present in soil, that is soil moisture. Okay, now if we see, we'll take a example. So this is my field, for say, okay, this is my field, and right now I have not irrigated this field. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll give irrigation, I'll provide irrigation to this field. What will happen? Water will fill here, and all the pores of my field will get filled with water, like, right? जैसे कि ये soil है, इस soil के बीच में क्या है? Soil porosity, and the soil pores will get filled with water, right? Here water will percolate inside the soil. Now students, inside soil there are two types of pores. First are macropores. What are macropores? As the name suggests, macro means these are bigger in size. Then we have micropores. Micropores are pores that are smaller in size, right? Now, when we add water to the soil for this field, we can say when we add water to this field, all macropores and micropores of this field will get filled with water, right? This point where all the pores are filled with water, this point is known as saturated point or saturated soil, right? You can see this condition. This is the condition where all the pores of soil is filled with water, and this point is known as saturation, when all the pores are filled with water. ठीक है. Now what will happen? Slowly and slowly water from macropores will drain. क्यों? क्योंकि वो बड़े pores हैं, right? And gravitational force यहाँ पे ज़्यादा act करेगा, right? So all your macropores will drain faster. After 2 to 3 days, what will happen? The water will be only present in the micropores. Now when water is present only in the micropores and all your macropores water has been drained out, so that point is known as field capacity. That point is known as field capacity, and it is the amount of water that is actually present for your plant, that is actually absorbed by the plant. We do not consider water that is present in macropores as available water to the plant. We consider only the water that is present in micropores as available water for plant growth and development. ठीक है. Now if this situation continue, or you know after reaching field capacity, what plant will do? Plant will absorb water from the soil. Okay, they will continue absorbing the water from soil, and slowly water content will deplete. Slowly and slowly water content will deplete, and there will be a point which is known as wilting point, where no more water is available for plant to absorb, right? And at this point plant will show the wilting symptom. Plant will show the wilting symptoms, means the plant will dry out, plant will lose the turgidity, it will fall off, right? So this is called wilting point, at which no water is available for the plant. Now let's come to this diagram and let us understand this soil water through this diagram. Okay, so students, first I have told you we get saturation point. Okay, so which is called saturated soil, where all your macropores and micropores are filled with water. Now after that all your macropores drain out, and we reach a point which is known as field capacity, where micropores have water. ठीक है. Now this water will continue depleting by by crops, and there will be a condition in between which is called as MAD, which is known as maximum allowable depletion. Means we will allow water to deplete to this point only. After that we will replenish water, or we will reapply water to the field, right? Because if this continues, we'll get the permanent wilting point. Our plant will start showing wilting symptom. Now once this point is reached, which is permanent wilting point, at this point also we can correct this thing, right? We can correct the problem of wilting of plant, because if we apply water to this point, plant will again regain the turgidity and plant will again live, right? But if this continues, then we reach a point which is known as ultimate wilting point. At this particular point, plant will not regain the turgidity and plant will die. ठीक है. तो यहाँ तक आके plant will die. At permanent wilting point, plant will again live if we apply water, but we do not want to deplete water to this extent. Rather we will just see where is the maximum allowable depletion. Okay, कितना maximum allowable depletion कर सकते हैं, so that after that once it is reached, we can again irrigate the field, and we can again come to a field capacity where water is available for the plant. ठीक है. So this is about the different type of this is about the soil moisture. Now let us understand about different type of water. So students, see, first we have is a gravitational water. I have told you gravitational water is water that is present in macropores and it drain out. Okay, it drain out due to gravitational force. Then we have is capillary water. Capillary water is water held in micropores, and this is the available water for plant. Clear? Then we have hygroscopic water. What is this hygroscopic water, students? So as I have told you that soil particle attract water molecule. Okay, soil particle attract water molecule. So as this soil particle attract water molecule, it form a thin film of water molecule around it. This is known as hygroscopic water, and again this water is not available for the plant. Okay, plant cannot absorb this water because this is so tightly held by soil particle, right? So this is hygroscopic water. Now students, one thing I wanted to tell you, that the difference in permanent wilting point and field capacity is your available water. Okay, this can be asked to you in your examination. Available water is basically the difference of field capacity and permanent wilting point. Okay, So this is the thing that you have to remember. And now let's see the different water. Gravitational water we have already discussed. It is the free water which is present in macropores and it is not considered available to the plant. Then we have capillary water which is present in micropores, and that is the water which is available to the plant, right? Then we have hygroscopic water. It is the water held tightly as a thin film around the soil particle. Again, not available for the plant. Clear? So with this, we have completed the concept of soil moisture as well, right? Now I hope you have understood the concept of soil moisture moisture potential and soil moisture and different type of soil water. Clear? So with that, we have come to end of this lecture. I hope you have enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much.